Well, hello friends. It has been a while since I have made a book blog, but really need to get back into it because I know there's so many of these collections that the photos don't do enough justice, and really in a blog I can't put all of the information in the world on them, but you can see them here. So today we are going to talk about White's Fine Editions. Now, this company is out of business, White's Press. They published only 2 series that I'm aware of in their tenure, and that is these White's Fine Editions, and another set which I will go over in another blog, which was these pocket editions. This one's upside down, but we'll talk about those another time. Today we are going to talk about the White's Fine Editions. These are extremely rare. They only published, I guess, a very limited number of them. I have no idea what that number is, but I know they are very hard to find. It took me about 2 years to find the whole set, and they were just published in 2008, I believe. Let us verify. First published 2008. And this particular book, this one, as far as I know, is the most hard to find, Treasure Island. This is the one that took me 2 years to find. The rest I found in about 1 year, but this one for some reason just did not pop up for me, and I searched for it on the daily. This is actually the second printing of it. I don't have the first printing, but oh my gosh, it was crazy, even a fluke that I found this. Somebody saw my Instagram and messaged me and said, hey, I found one of these in a yard sale. Do you want to buy it from me? And I was like, yes. So anyway, that's how I got this one. All right, so this is Treasure Island by Robert Louis Stevenson, and these editions are no dust jacket. They did not come with a dust jacket. They are just printed on the cloth covers. Some of them have foiling and some of them do not. This one's got a little bit of gold foiling up here and on the back in the waves. This is what the spine looks like. And this one is a second printing. It does not have a top sprayed edge. As we go through these, I will check. Some of them have only a top sprayed edge, and I'm wondering if they only did that during the first printing. So we'll find out together, I guess. I have never actually looked at that. Other than that, they have printed end pages that match the covers on both sides. And their title page is kind of a printed around. It's kind of a large book. Other than that, there are no special features about these editions. They're just really fucking pretty. So when I started collecting Pride and Prejudices, I came across the edition of this, and then I had to have the whole set because they're just really pretty. This one is somewhat also super hard to find. I know I had a hard time finding this one for a reasonable price. Now, I do see them pop up all the time at like $1,600 a pop, and frankly, they might be worth that. That's just not in my budget, so I kept looking. These have kind of reverse sprayed edges, or sorry, reverse printing on the inside. So you can see the outside's gray, and then the inside is dark with gray flowers, and the same thing on this side. This one, now they all came with these, but of course only some of mine have it, has the little original tag on it. If you want the ISBNs for these, you can check it out on my blog. Please feel free. That's Emma by Jane Austen. This one is Sherlock Holmes. This one's actually pretty easy to find, but hard to find in a decent condition. This one is kind of rough. It's a little bit dented on the top. The boards are really hard too. So like somebody had to drop this significantly hard for it to get that big old dent in it. It's got a dent on this side too. Here's the back. So all of this is a little smoke from his little pipe. Here's the spine. This one does not have sprayed edges on top. So let's take a peek inside, and these end papers actually match the cover. So it looks like Emma was reversed, but this one's not. So let's take a peek and see if this is a first printing or a second printing. No, this is a first printing, and this one was actually published in 2009, and it does not have the sprayed top. So I guess they only did some of them. They weren't super consistent with the series, but let's check Emma just to be sure. To be fair, Let's see, this one's a first printing, also published in '09. So let's make an '09 stack over here. And I think this is my '08 stack. It was '08, wasn't it? I swear when I did all the searches for these, it was '08. But I could be thinking of, yes, it is '08. So this one's '08, '08, '09. All right, Jane Eyre. This one is probably the easiest to find of the set. I saw many copies of this pull up. The unfortunate part about this one is that there is a Jane Eyre under the same ISBN number that will pop up as exactly the same book, but check the pictures because it's like a library edition and it's not this book. It's a hideous book. So here's the back and here is the spine. This one does have a purplish sprayed top. It's kind of black. It might be. And this one has the reverse colored design on the inside, also in black and white on the end papers. Here we are. This one has a sticker on it. Yuck. I'm terrified to remove that sticker because I feel like it will peel the design off of the cloth cover. So, okay, this one's '08 and this is a first edition. This one does have the sprayed top, so it will go in the first pile. Next, the Christmas books. I don't know why I had such a hard time finding this. The Christmas books is not a super sought after book, but it's in this set. So this one does have the sprayed tops and it is also not in the best condition, but this one also has the foiling. Little windows, if you can see the windows in some of the houses are gold foiled. So we open it, inside matches the cover. Same for the back. And let's check. Binding illustration by Joe McLaren. Are they all by Mr. Joe McLaren? Binding illustration by, no, they are not. This is by Michael Kirkham, Sherlock Holmes. And so did they get different illustrators for these? Crazy, yeah, this one's Amy Gibson. I don't even know the story behind these books because they were so hard to find. It was so hard to find information on White's books at all. They basically popped up and then popped right out of existence at the same time. First edition, 2008. Right, next. Sonnet and Poems by William Shakespeare. This one's, again, pretty easy to find at a reasonable price. Here's the inside. It basically matches the outside. Kind of a sunflower design-ish, very abstract. This illustration is by David Pearson. And, oh yuck, this one has a sticker in it. Ew, stickers. Why do we ever put them in books? I don't like it. We hate it. First published in 2008. This is, again, a first edition, and it does have the sprayed top. The sprayed tops are mostly the same color. They're sort of blackish. They might used to be black and then just faded. I keep mine stored far away from the sun, but they were kind of that color when I got them, so maybe that's how they were originally. This one is Wuthering Heights. Now this is an interesting one because you might see other copies of this online with a kind of a tealy blue color. This, so you can kind of see on the spine where it's like a teal. This particular gray is what it was supposed to look like, but when it fades in the sun, it looks like a very light teal color. And it's also really pretty. But either way, this was the original how it was supposed to look before it got very sun faded. And this one actually has little red foiling on it. The little red flowers, they are foiled. Here is the spine, and here is the back. It's got, I think this originally did come gray and not black, this particular edition, because I've got one that's pretty good condition and not that faded. This actually has a 5 underneath the White's Press edition. Oh look, this one has 4, so these are numbered. So we'll go put those in order at the end, just for funsies. All right, binding illustration by Celia Bartwell. And here is the illustration on the inside. Papers, end papers. And this one has been read because you can see that the papers are gently folded back, but somebody took good care of this. So this one is 09, it's first edition. So 09 pile you go. And last but not least, Pride and Prejudice. This is the book that started it all. I collect Pride and Prejudices, as you all know. And when I got a hold of this one, I realized it was part of a set, and then I had to have the whole set. This one has a blue sprayed edge on top, interestingly enough. And the little pink stuff on the birds is foiled. It's not like shiny foiled though, it's almost like painted on. But this one also has the reverse color end papers printed from the cover. And the back, here you are. Okay, so this one also has writing in it, but I kind of, sometimes when I get an old book, I like the writing in it. Unfortunately, I can't read this, but like, especially if it was a gift to somebody and they wrote a nice little note inside, I don't know, it feels very historical to me. I like reading people's little personal notes because I'm a nosy bitch, apparently. This one is also first edition, but it's published in '09. Was that our '09 pile? I think so. Excuse me. I'm recovering from a super fun sinus infection, so, oh, there's my dog standing at my window. Okay, so these are so hard to read on the spine. You really almost cannot read them. But even though these are the '08s, these are the '09s, these numbers are later in the numbered set. So if you look super carefully, this has the number 8. So 8, 7, and this one's a 5. So let's leave a space. Let's see what numero 60 is. Okay, Pride and Prejudice. Here we go. Like that. Okay, so we've got 8, 7, 6, 5. We need 4, 3, 2, and 1. This is the order that they are meant to sit on your shelf from the publisher. And as you can see, oh my gosh, do they look schmexy on this shelf. This is not a set I would hardcore read because as you can see by this one, and this one is the one with huge damage to it, the binding does come off the edge a little bit. None of my other ones did that though, so maybe if you take good care of them, and I try to take the best care of my books that I possibly can, they won't get damaged. So that is the White Spine Editions set. Again, if you want to search for these, check out the ISBNs on my blog. I have them all listed with links to Abe Books, which is where I find most of my used books. Abe Books is, yes, I know, owned by Amazon, which we all dislike. However, Abe Books is a conglomerate of used book sellers. So there are lots of independent bookstores that sell on Abe Books, including World Books, which is a charity, a donation charity, not for profit. So anyway, check these out, comment with questions. Okay, thanks, bye.